Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all the hopeful elect brothers that's doing the work of the Lord in sincerity and in truth. Lord will, I'm gonna be doing a lesson on possible Israelite. I'm an Israelite foreigner, and it shows through her spirit. Now, this is from a TV show in the 90s, most likely a talent show. And it's Steve Harvey on the left, and on the right is Yoko Kanno. Now, if you're into 90s anime, if you're a Jake and you were born in like the late 90s, the late 80s, and the early 90s, mid 90s, and you know about certain anime, and the anime is a Japanese animation, which is way different from a regular cartoon. Then you would know about her. You would know about Yoko Kanno. She's a singer and composer, and she did a lot of work, a lot of soundtracks for those like top tier anime from the 90s. One of them was Cowboy Bebop. Now, I'm gonna play the clip, fair use. I'm gonna go in and play the clip and let you hear it, and then go into the scriptures. Lord will, this is edifying.
Sing tonight?
Yes,
Do you know the name of the song? Sing tonight?
yes,
Do you know the name of the song?
through the fire.
Through the Fire. We got that. Y'all show your love for Yoko Kanno.
In your life and I can see that's a dangerous dream. You're meant to fill your heart to end.
Yeah, she definitely have the spirit of an Israelite. Definitely, but I'm gonna let it play through and then get the scriptures. But you could clearly see the spirit beareth witness. Yeah, it's at a talent show because it says amateur night. I don't know if you remember the Apollo Theater. It was in Harlem. It was a lot of popular artists got their start on the Apollo. If you made it on the Apollo, then you would most likely become famous. Now to the scriptures. You could clearly clearly see it's evident that that's an Israelite. She doesn't look like an Israelite, obviously. She don't look like a Jake. She look like where she's from, Japan. But throughout history, and especially throughout migration and throughout throughout a captivity, Jakes would um, Jakes would marry into the other nations and get with their women, and they would have children with them. And over time, those children will will look will look nothing like an Israelite, but they'll still have the spirit of an Israelite because of their father, because you are based on who your father are, and everyone on earth come from the everyone on earth comes from the seed of a man, which is a sperm. That's where everyone on earth Salakia. As you see everyone on earth walking around, they come from the union of a man and a woman, right? A man lays down with a woman, and then no, she gets pregnant through the man sperm, and then over time, over 9 to 10 months, she has a baby. That woman has a baby. Salaki about the outside noise. But yeah, through the process of like 9 and 10 months, that woman has a child. And then that yeah, that's it. Yeah, through the process of 9 and 10 months, that woman have a child. Yeah, Salaki about the outside noise again. I'm around a lot of noise, but yeah, everyone on earth is from the seed of a man. The woman's nationality have nothing to do with it. But then again, the woman, the children can come out looking completely like their mother or have some features of their mother, whether skin tone, hair, features, certain traits, but the nation of that child is by their father. So there's really no such thing as half or 1/16. I'm 1/16 1/16 black because a great grandfather or something like that, or my mom is a half white, so I'm 1/4 white. There's no such thing like that. That's all made up. You are whatever your father is, no matter what you look like. And yeah, that woman, Yoko Kanno, she's still alive. She's an Israelite. Now let me get the scriptures and finish the lesson. Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. Right. First day of the second month, and they declared their pedigree after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So the pedigree is based off of their fathers. A pedigree is your lineage, your nationality, or your family tree, right? So no matter what you look like, let's say, for example, A lot of these are NBA players, right? NBA players, football players. When they make it, they they go and deal with so-called white women, Edomite women, or women of the other nations, and those children, come out looking different, or sometimes they might come out looking completely so-called white. Sometimes it happens. It don't need to be 2, 3, or 4 generations. Sometimes it happens in one generation. For example, Andrew Tate. Uh, his father is a Israelite, so-called black man, and certain times people took him for being a white guy from Eastern Europe or something like that. But yeah, he's an Israelite. He's a Judite. And get some more scriptures. Yeah, Mariah Carey is an example. Everyone knows Mariah Carey is not white. Mariah Carey is an Israelite, Judite. I believe she's either Judite or Asherite. Like her father is from here or Brazil, something like that. And then Christina Aguilera, the famous singer, she looked white, but she's actually an Issacharite. You tell by her voice and from her spirit. Let me get an example for you of the great King Solomon himself, which is in reincarnation is Yahweh Shai. 14. This is King Solomon's son, Rehoboam, which he became the king of Israel after his father King Solomon died. This is this is 1 Kings 14 and 21. The spirit beareth witness. He said, with our spirit. And let me get that. It says, Romans 8 and 16, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Right? So the Spirit itself bear witness. That means it's evident by the Spirit that we are Israelites. And what is the Spirit? The Spirit is the word of the Lord. So let's see what the word says about Israelites. Let's see what the Most High says about Israelites. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power the Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So we are above all people. We are the best singers. We have an enthusiasm. Israel have the most salt. We have flavor. We're lively. We're the best comedians. We're a very special people. That's why when someone of another nation really stands out with talent and with spirit, they're most likely are Jake, most likely are Israelites. Let me see. So we are above all people. Deuteronomy 14 and 2 says, for thou art an holy people. Holy means separate, because we're separated from the other nations. We belong to the Most High. Even though right now we're under punishment because as a nation we sin against the Lord. But our punishment is soon up, because the Most High is bringing his elect together. And with his elect gathered by the word through his prophets, right? The word of the Lord being preached by the prophets, starting with our apostles and elders on down, and going back on to their elders. The elect is being gathered together, the elect of Israel, which when that happens and this kingdom is taken down and Yahushua comes back and start his kingdom, there won't be any more two-thirds to ruin it and bring us back into slavery by singing. So everything would be good again. Yeah. Yes, everything's gonna be good again. Gonna be no more reason for us to be taken down. And the two-thirds are gonna be brought back. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all nations that are upon the earth. So we're the best at everything. Let me see. Peculiar means possession, property, valued property, peculiar treasure, meaning to shut up wealth, jewel, peculiar. Especially the so-called black man in America, the tribe of Judah, which is a head tribe. They're the best of the best of the best. All Israel, don't get it twisted, all Israel belong to the Lord. We're a special people, but especially the tribe of Judah, because that's the head tribe, right? They have a special, the Most High gave them a special spirit. For example, a lot of the inventions that you see today actually was invented by a so-called black man, a so-called African American, a so-called Negro, and Judah influenced the world. When Judah does something, then the other tribes follow, and then the world follows Israel, whatever Israel is doing. Israel is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So let me see. I'm in the rain, Salakia, and shit is getting wet. But yeah, the 12 tribes chart. You see Judah Negroes going all the way down to Issachar. That's the Mexicans. Now, as you can see, number 8, this is the table of nations. Genesis 10, that's the table of nations. Genesis chapter 10, right? When you go down here to 8, it's the Japanese Amon or Ammon. So-called Japanese today are the biblical Ammonites. And that lady Yoko Kanno, but she's still alive and she's still making music. She's an actual composer. She's really, really talented. I just didn't know that she could sing. I thought she was just a very good composer, and she did a lot of soundtracks in the 90s. I thought she was just a musician. I didn't know she was an actual singer. She's really good. Yeah, that's an Israelite through the Spirit. Where was I going to? Oh yeah, let me finally go back to this. First King, First Kings 21 and 20. First Kings. Nah, I'm doing it wrong. 14 and 21. My bad. First Kings 14 and 21 says. And Rehoboam is the son of King Solomon. Rehoboam reigned in Judah. Salakia. And Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, reigned in Judah. Rehoboam was 41 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which the Lord did choose out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there. And his mother's name was Naamah, and Ammonitis. Shalakia. This thing is the rain. 1 second. Let me do it again. So, and his mother's name was Naamah, and Ammonitis. Ammonitis is the feminine way of saying Ammonite. Now, Ammonite is, when you go back to the Table of Nations, Ammonite is a so-called Japanese today, and a Moabite is a so-called Chinese today. They were the children of Lot. They're Hebrews, just like the Israelites. So we're closely, related to them because Lot was Abraham's nephew. But they're still our enemies. They're still our enemies. All the nations are our enemies to the Israelites. When you go to Psalms 83, that explains it. Now, the Japanese, right? So, King Solomon's son, Rehoboam, his mother would be a so-called Japanese today. So, he came out looking so-called half black, half Japanese. You would call that a Blasian today, right? So that's just an example of Israelites dealing with heathen women, dealing with an Ammonite woman. And yes, King Solomon was an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, and his son Rehoboam became king. He's of the tribe of Judah. So if he wasn't a full Israelite, that means he was he could not have been able to be put as king. So let me get one more example, but this is from this is dealing with Ruth. Now Ruth was a Moabite. Wait. First of all, let me go to Isaiah first. Now let me go to Ruth and then let me go to Isaiah. This is Ruth chapter 1. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's just an example, right? I'm going to just go through it. It's not really a breakdown. It's just history that Israelite men, Israelites went to other countries back then, even in those times, during the time of the Lord, during the time of the apostles, and even before that, up until this very day, Israelites, whether through slavery, captivity, or migration, or Jake went there, like for example during the Dark Ages, and Jake took over Europe, and Jake, so-called black man, of the Southern Kingdom, they dealt with so-called white women, and then that's how today you have, the Irish and Italians, a lot of them, they look so-called white, but they're actually Israelites. So it started to rain hard. This is Ruth chapter 1. It says, now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land. So this happened during the time of Judges, before the first king of Israel, Saul, became king. And then after Saul, you had King David. And a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab. Now Moab was Moab and Ammon was east of the land of Israel. It was actually bordering it. He and his wife and his 2 sons, and the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his 2 sons Malon and Chilion, Ma- Malon and Chilion, Ephrathites of Bethlehem, Judah, and they came into the country of Moab and and continued there. That means they stayed there. They lived there because there was a famine in Israel, or better yet, famine there was a famine in Bethlehem, Judah. And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left and her two sons, and they took them wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah. Now that Orpah is where Oprah Winfrey got her name from. This is where Oprah, the sellout. You got to remember the Oprah show where she gave gifts to everyone. I think the meme is that you get a car, you get a car, you get a car, something like that. She was saying to her audience, which is a whole bunch of you know simple people in the audience that was going to her show. She was giving out gifts. But Oprah, the so-called black woman, she's a billionaire. That's this is where she got her name from. And the name of the other Ruth, and they dwelt there about 10 years. Now, Ruth was a Moabite. Ruth and Orpah are Moabites. And Mahlon and Chilion died also, both of them, and the woman was left of her two sons and her husband. Then she arose with her daughters-in-law, that she might return from the country of Moab, for she had heard in the country of Moab how that the Lord has visited his people, giving them bread. So the Lord turned back the famine that was happening in Israel. So Naomi went back with Ruth back to the land of Israel, and then between that union of Ruth and Boaz is where you got Obed, which is the father of Jesse, which Jesse is the father of King David. So Ruth, which is a Moabite, which will be a so-called Chinese woman today, this is where Salaki, she's of the line of the Lord. She's actually included in the lineage of the Lord, our Lord Yahweh Shai. But yeah, that's the end of the lesson. Let me play it one last time.
Yes,
Do you know the name of the song?
through the fire.
Through the Fire. We got that. Y'all show your love for Yoko.
In your life, and I can see that's so dangerously. You're not taking your heart to anyone. You tell me you're gonna break my heart. It's true before we start. I believe that we've only just begun. When is this good? This through the fire, through the limit, to the wall.
So yeah, that's the end of the lesson. Lord will, it was edifying. I didn't want it to be this long, but this is spirit. So yeah, Israel is a special people, and we're scattered everywhere. And when Yahushua comes back, he's going to gather the elect of his people, no matter what they look like. The main deliverance is going to be from Babylon the Great, which is America. But other Israelites that are part of the elect, all around the world, is going to be delivered by Yahushua and the angels through the chariots, and the 2/3, they're going to be destroyed. They're going to come back through through the elect in the kingdom. And yeah, that's the end of the lesson. Lord will is edifying, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.